And when you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin.
Heard the news. NBA MVPs and legends are absolutely raving about the face of basketball. Caitlin Clark isn't just great. She's got some of basketball's biggest names calling her the best player in the country and praising her performances as some of the greatest they've ever witnessed. And get this, she's not just dominating in college or a lesser-known league. She's doing it on the biggest stage of all, the WNBA.
Always had the ball in her hand. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I was like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player.
Caitlin Clark's rookie season in the WNBA has been nothing short of historic. She's blown away her freshman class, earning Rookie of the Year and First Team All-WNBA, the first time in 16 years for a rookie to do so. But she's not stopping there. Her sights are firmly set on contending for a championship, making sure she elevates her game in the off-season. So how is it that some of the greatest NBA players in history are sitting up and taking notice? Stick around as we break down how these 10 NBA legends are celebrating her greatness and showing her some serious love. And we have a surprise number 11, a player often compared to Clark, giving her the highest praise.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
What's making NBA royalty speak up, or in some cases take back their words? We're about to break it down. And trust us, you won't believe what they're about to say. What has Clark done that has these greats doing a double take? First up is none other than Steph Curry, 4-time NBA champion, 2-time league MVP, and the undisputed greatest shooter in basketball history. A fan of Caitlin Clark since her college days, Curry has openly shared what makes her such a phenomenal talent.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can, she just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just
someone who shattered records and earned a reputation as unguardable. That's no small compliment. Both Curry and Clark share a game-changing ability, a lightning-fast release that leaves defenders in the dust. But it's not just the speed, it's the jaw-dropping accuracy from absurd distances that truly sets them apart. Get this, Clark's average three-point attempt comes from an incredible 28 feet one, and that's farther out than peak seasons from Trae Young, Damon Lillard, and yes, even Steph Curry himself. No wonder people joke that you need to start guarding Caitlin as soon as she walks into the gym.
Saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence.
Heard from Kevin Durant, 2-time NBA champion and 2014 NBA MVP, calling Caitlin Clark the best player in the country at the start of this video. But guess what? Katie isn't done singing her praises. He's got even more to say about what makes her such a standout talent. Here's Durant breaking down why Caitlin is one of the most dangerous offensive threats he's ever seen, highlighting her elite shooting, incredible passing, and above all, her relentless work ethic.
Period. Right now, she's incredible.
She's advanced, man. She could do a lot out there. She's making the right plays. She can draw so much attention, and she just baiting the defense in. I'll still make a cross-court pass. Just like, that's just muscle memory. Y'all work on this.
Luka Doncic, perennial MVP candidate and one of the brightest young stars in the NBA, has dubbed Caitlin Clark the women's Steph Curry. And if that wasn't impressive enough, he even admitted that she might be a better shooter than he is, coming from a player celebrated for his own shooting brilliance. That's about as high a compliment as it gets.
It's a woman, Steph Curry. Thank you.
Next up at number 4 is none other than 4-time NBA champion and 4-time MVP LeBron James. After just a few months into Caitlin Clark's WNBA career, LeBron offered one of the biggest compliments imaginable.
That I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to
man who's no stranger to the spotlight himself, LeBron spoke about the Caitlin Clark effect, not just on Indiana, but on the entire sport of basketball. His words highlight the game-changing impact Caitlin is having both on and off the court.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for her to be here. I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and, you know, a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, you know, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting for me, and I think a lot of
Pacers superstar Tyrese Haliburton was one of the first to welcome Caitlin Clark with open arms to the city when she entered the league. He had nothing but glowing words to say about her talent and potential. Yeah, I'm excited for her to be here, and I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city. And a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting for me. And I think a lot of people in our organization frequently spotted in the front row at Fever Games Halton's enthusiasm is hard to miss the joy on his face as he watches the home team play speaks volumes about Caitlin's impact, not just on the court, but throughout the entire Indiana community and beyond you've been courtside for. Almost all Caitlin's games, any big takeaways, and all she's a great player. And I just like watching her play. I like watching all the girls' plays. They're getting a lot better as the seasons went on. Leah had a great game the other day. Kelsey's been great, but I like watching basketball. So as long as I'm in Indy and I'm not doing nothing, I'm going to go watch the game. It's always fun to do. So I love being able to go watch people games. The excitement in the city is awesome. It's cool when I bring people who I brought a couple friends who haven't been to a WNBA game before, and they're like, bro, it's in the third level. And I'm like, yeah, we'll have some Fever games. I'll now, so it's really cool to see the excitement around the team. We've talked about today's NBA superstars, but what about the legends? Do they have anything to say about Caitlin Clark? Spoiler alert, they absolutely do. Caitlin Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. Don't I think she's going to be even better? Let's start with Shaquille O'Neal, who once proudly called himself a Caitlin Clark skeptic. Shaw's journey from being critical of Clark to becoming a full-fledged supporter speaks volumes about the undeniable power of transformative talent. Initially, O'Neal's strong allegiance to LSU paired with his close friendship with Angel Reese heavily influenced his perception of Clark's abilities. This bias was particularly evident during the 2023 National Championship game, where LSU defeated Iowa. As the game played out, Shaq's doubts about Clark's shooting prowess were on full display. Why do you think people love Caitlin Clark? What size her skills? She can shoot threes from logo. We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid like Steph Curry. I love, why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. As Caitlin Clark continued to dominate on the court, Shaquille O'Neal found himself repeatedly eating his words. In a candid and unfiltered moment on Angel Reese's podcast, O'Neal came clean and admitted never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls and D have done it in Spurs, but that game I'm watching, why the final form, damn, and I was a hater cause I'm down TR, she not going to hit that shot, and bam, damn, she not going to hit that shot. Be if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth at. Number 7, enter Kevin Garnett, the 2003 MVP and a Hall of Famer known as the Big Ticket. Garnett isn't one to hand out comparisons easily, but when it comes to Caitlin, he's putting her in the same breath as, yep, you guessed it, Steph Curry. Here's what Garnett had to say. If you ain't in a Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro. So what's got Kevin Garnett making such a bold comparison? It's Caitlin Clark's unparalleled shooting ability and skill set. Curry, Clark's range begins the moment she crosses half court. She's got that same lightning quick release, unshakable confidence, and willingness to pull up from anywhere. Just as Curry revolutionized the NBA, Clark is redefining the game in women's basketball. Garnett didn't stop there. He recently went on air to discuss Clark's controversial Olympic snub and praised her for ushering in a new wave in the WNBA. His words carried mad respect as he acknowledged how she's growing the game and inspiring the next generation. I think USA dropped the ball on this. We have a new wave coming in and it's being denied. I think everybody's, the WNBA, and this is just my view, bro. They've established something and they built something, right? They got something. It's a new wave that is here and it's got a major blockage on it. Man, listen to everybody out here, bro. We're not fighting over the pie that's being established. The ideal is to grow the pie. Paul Pierce, another Celtics legend, witnessed Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping 41-point performance against LSU and could hardly believe what he saw. He called it the greatest performance I've ever seen in the college tournament. Male or female, high praise from someone who's seen his fair share of March Madness magic. The truth didn't stop there. Pierce chimed in to back Kevin Garnett, agreeing that Clark Olympic snub was a mistake and emphasizing just how much she brings to the game. When legends like this are in your corner, you're doing something extraordinary. You claim you want the women's game to grow, And then you keep the most popular girl in women's basketball off the team. How do you grow internationally and domestically if you don't put her on the US team? It just makes the most sense. Sometimes you have to say, hey, you guys, this is bigger than the game, which it is. But don't think for a second that it's all high praise and smooth sailing for Caitlin Clark. She's constantly adapting, evolving her game to meet the challenges of the pro level. The WNBA brings tougher competition and physicality that could make even some NBA players hesitate. Clark's learning this firsthand, and it's reshaping the way she plays. And it's not just her evolving, the league itself is adapting to the once-in-a-generation talent that Caitlin Clark represents. Meanwhile, NBA legends are watching her every move. Take Charles Barkley, for example. The round mound of rebound isn't just impressed with Clark's incredible stats, he's blown away by her professionalism and her